Hi guys! I can't believe it's been 6 months since my last video. 6 months! I cannot believe it. I have a lot to talk about. Um, I'm just baffled it's been 6 months. I am so sorry. I've had several of you through the months asking me how I'm doing, and I keep saying I'll post, and I haven't done it, and I apologize. Time has gotten away from me. The last few months I've been kind of in survival mode. um, so thinking about videoing is just kind of the last thing on my mind. It's not something I've been really thinking about. Um, so here I am. I'm in a pile of folded laundry that I just finished. And as I was folding, I was just thinking of everything I've gone through in the last 6 months, and I thought, it's time to make a video. So I have myself some notes. So hopefully I can stay on track and get through this as quickly as possible so you can go on with your day. But so the last video, I went through the urodynamics test, and then I was waiting a month for my physical therapy appointments. So about after the Thanksgiving, the fatigue was starting to get worse and worse and worse again, which was really discouraging because I had about a good 4 weeks where I felt amazing. And I organized my entire house, got things cleaned, felt really good, started being more active, got Christmas up, was doing fun Christmas things with my kids, and Thanksgiving, obviously. I did all of Thanksgiving on my own. I was so proud of myself. And then the fatigue really started hitting again. And it happened slowly. And it's just kind of discouraging. And then Christmas happened. All was well. Christmas was great. And then after Christmas was my first physical therapy appointment. And with a pelvic floor physical therapy, everything you can imagine, it's probably accurate. It's super awkward. Hopefully you can just feel comfortable with your therapist. My therapist is amazing. I love her dearly. I'm still seeing her. I only have one more visit left. And I love her and everything she's helped me with. It is May, the end of May. I don't know, May 23rd, somewhere around there. Like I said, they just get away with from me. And she's been amazing. So she's helped me a lot with my pelvic floor issues. It is so much better. I feel like a normal human being when I need to eliminate. It's great. But she's also discovered many things that are also wrong. So being bedridden for so long and also having several different injuries didn't quite get the attention that they needed. My body has just felt kind of crippled, especially with the weight being put on. My joints and my muscles and my ligaments and everything are just struggling, like everything's in stress. So she's been helping me a lot with that. The muscles in the glutes and around my hip area all the way to the top of the abdomen, the bottom of the abdomen, have all just so many knots. Like there's just knots all over that she's been helping me release. My IT bands were fused, so they were not flexing the way that they were supposed to. And so she's been helping me with that, and it's been really great, actually. She's taken me from being able to walk the treadmill for 10 minutes before I'm in so much pain to being able to go hiking and biking and playing with my family. So I owe so much to her, and I'm so grateful. Because I'm trying to keep this video short, I'll leave it at that. I'm very grateful for physical therapy. I was very hesitant about going. I almost canceled and didn't do it, and I'm so grateful I didn't. It's been a wonderful journey, hard journey, painful journey, but I've learned a lot about my body and what I need to do to continue to heal my body, because I'm maybe 25% there. I still have that other 75% that I need to work on myself. So, all right, I'll get off my soapbox with physical therapy, but I'm so grateful for it. It has changed my life. Okay. And then, like I said before, my fatigue was slowly getting worse and worse and worse. And in January, I went back to my doctor and she redid labs. And she saw that my estrogen is still super high and I had like no progesterone at all. And the fatigue was probably due to high estrogen and just feeling really crummy and not being able to release the weight. So I hadn't ovulated or had a cycle for basically a year at that point. And so she put me on a progesterone. There are different kinds of progesterone drugs, so I don't remember at this very moment which one it is, but it was a type of progesterone where you take it for 10 days and then stop taking it, and then it makes your body have a withdrawal bleed. So people take it if they need to miscarry, which is, sad if there's like a medical issue, or people take it to start a period. I think the most common way of taking it is just to start a bleed. So that's what I did. In the first 5 days taking it, I felt just fine. The second 5 days, I felt horrible. I could barely keep my eyes open. I was so tired. I was struggling, caring for my family. I could barely get out of bed. We found out I am very hypersensitive to hormones and even my own natural hormones, which is probably why I'm like constantly up and down, up and down. But it was a really rough journey. And then when I did start to bleed, for those of you that haven't seen my videos, I am very blunt and to the point, so I hope that doesn't offend you, but I do this because there's so many people out there that have similar issues than me, and I don't want to beat around the bush. I want to get to the point in hopes that I can help other people out there. So I hope this doesn't offend you. So it was a really, 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 really rough bleed. We'll just leave it at that. And emotional and just feeling horrible. But then out of nowhere, I had like, all this energy. And I was like, oh my gosh, what do I do with this energy? And that was in February. And just randomly, one evening at 9 o'clock on a Sunday evening, my husband was relaxing, watching a movie, downing himself to get ready for his work week. And I grabbed a hammer and started tearing out a wall. And he's looking at me like, oh, what are you doing? Like, I'm tearing this wall down. I hate this wall here. And I want to fix my kitchen. I want to extend the kitchen out and blah, 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 blah. And he's like, at 9 o'clock at night? Yep, because I have all this energy. I don't want to go to bed. And I want to see if this wall has a retaining beam or whatever. Like, I want to know what's behind this wall to see if I can take it down. So I was just tearing it down. And he's looking at me crazy, like, you've been bedridden and sick and struggling, and then out of nowhere, you just start tearing down a wall. All right. My husband's a very good sport. So the next day, I finished the wall. I was tearing it all down, and I sprained my shoulder, and I'm like, it's fine. I got this. And we started remodeling our kitchen. And we're here in May and we're still not finished. But you know what? It's looking so much better. So, with that being said, I just had lots of energy after I finally was able to bleed after almost a year. So, definitely the hormones being off have been really messing with me. So, it was great. The energy didn't last long. I started getting fatigued again, really, really tired. And then, I ovulated. So I am learning that whenever I have a hormone shift, my body is hypersensitive to it, and I really, really, really struggle. And it's like 2 or 3 days where I'm stuck in bed. Not necessarily in bed, but I will go and do a load of laundry and then lay back in bed and then go and make the kids lunch and then come back in bed. Like, bed has been my home base because I can just barely keep my eyes open and I just need to rest them for those few minutes before I'm needed again. And so that's been hard. It's been like that ever since. I am still struggling with that. So I don't know. It's not getting much better, but the great news is I've ovulated on my own without having to take pills to make me ovulate for the last 3 cycles, and I've bled on my own since. So that is really great news. I'm very, very happy about that. The problem is the luteal phase, which is the phase in between ovulation and your menstruation cycle, should be between no less than 10 days. 10 days is still kind of They want you between 12 and 16 days. 14 days is preferable. And I was getting in 9 days. My luteal phase was 9 days long. So even if I did ovulate or conceive for some miracle, the luteal phase isn't quite long enough to give the egg the ability to attach and implant and before I start sloughing off. So it's not good. Yes, to those of you wondering, I do want more kids. So I know I might be a little crazy because I haven't been well, but I feel this urgency that I have more children, but I haven't been well and it hasn't been working. So obviously, the Lord knows something more than I do. So we just kind of need to get on the same page. Anyway, I'll do my part, and then whatever is after that, I guess, is in the Lord's hands. But currently, because my luteal phase is so low, I've been put on a luteal progesterone. So it's different from the other progesterone they gave me in February. It is a luteal progesterone, and it's in hopes to elongate the luteal phase a few days. So if I did conceive, the egg or the baby or the embryo or whatever you want to call it has a chance to implant before the lining sloughs off. So I tried that last cycle, and it was an adventure. I was so tired. I don't know. The progesterone makes me so sleepy. And I was extremely emotional when I did bleed. So I got 10 days. My luteal phase was 10 days. So I guess it gave me one more day. Maybe next time it will do better. I don't know. But it gave me one more day. And when I did started bleeding, I was so emotional. Like, I could not stop crying. I was just really having a hard time, and that lasted several days. And it was just really rough. And the cramping was excruciating. It felt like I was miscarrying. It was strong miscarrying cramping, but I wasn't pregnant and I wasn't miscarrying. So I'm not a doctor. I don't know, but I do know that progesterone strengthens the lining of your uterus in preparation if you do get pregnant. And so I'm wondering if I was on the progesterone during the luteal phase, if it did strengthen my lining and so just gave me a really intense period. I don't know. That's the only thing that really makes sense to me, but it was excruciating and I sobbed a lot. So with hormones, that's kind of where I'm at. This will be my 4th cycle. I'm supposed to be ovulating in the next week or so, and I'm gonna have to be taking the progesterone again. I'm really nervous because it was a rough road getting there. So that's kind of where I'm at with my health and trying to get better. So with that being said, my weight has stayed the same. I haven't been able to release any weight, but we're thinking that the estrogen has a lot to do with that. However, I've noticed that I became addicted to sugar again. Whoops. Probably because of the holidays. And with the holidays and with Easter and just enjoying and being with my kids, I think I got addicted to it again on accident. And I noticed whenever I would eat something with sugar in it, like a muffin, you know, it felt euphoric. And like, I just was like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. And then it like clued me in, I think you're addicted again. So I've had to go cold turkey off of sugar, and it's been really hard. I'm on day 5 with no sugar. Um, so I 100% know that I got addicted to it again because I've been going through withdrawals. So sleepy. I don't know if you can tell. My eyes are just burning and tired all the time again. My body swells. I retain a lot of water, headaches, excruciating headaches, and like the feeling that I'm going to die if I don't have any sugar. Like it's this like intense feeling that I have to have something or I'm gonna die. And it's been an interesting 5 days. I'm tearing up just thinking about it. So gosh dang it, like I've been addicted to sugar before, and I went through the withdrawals and I did so much better, but dang holidays, I just need to be really careful, not indulge at all because of the addiction tendencies. I become addicted and I don't even realize it, but it kind of dawned on me when I felt like I had to have something every single day. I had to have something every single day. And then when I was going through that whole progesterone and bleeding episode a few weeks ago, I binged a lot. I couldn't stop eating cookies, or it was mostly cookies. I binged so bad, and then I felt guilty and I felt bad about myself, and I knew I had to do something about it. So I'm on day 5 of no sugar, and I'm fructose intolerant, so I can't even have fruit. The natural sugars I've had are berries. I can have berries, so I've had berries and natural sugars that occur from eating like complex carbs. So I've had whole wheat and oatmeal, things like that. I've also had a little bit of honey, and yesterday I made something with stevia leaf. So, I mean, I've had a little bit of some kind of sweet, but it hasn't been sugar. So, definitely been going through withdrawals. It's been lots of fun, to say the least. But I just know that I will feel so much better if I push through. My goal is 28 days of completely off. And then hopefully I'll be in a better place where I can just say no and be okay with it. So I've done that in the past where I've completely been off of it, then your body doesn't need it and doesn't want it anymore. It's when you're constantly eating it is when you're craving it. So I'm hoping I'll get to that point. Um, did I say everything I wanted to say? Binging, trying to stay active. Okay, yes. So, trying to stay active. With my energy being up and down, there are days where I feel so good and we go hiking. We've done, let's see, in the last 2 months, we've gone hiking 3 times. We've gone biking twice. We've gone to Goblin Valley, which is another hiking. So I guess that's more hiking. We've done more hiking. Okay, lots of hiking. And then we went to Antelope Island and played and hiked, and I sprained my ankle there because you have to realize 335 pounds, wherever I'm at, I fluctuate between 335 and 340, just depending on water weight or whatever. And that's a lot of weight on these little ankles. And climbing rocks and being adventurous, trying really hard to be adventurous, it's hurting me really bad. So I sprained my ankle, and so I was trying to heal that, and then I sprained my other ankle trying to remodel more of my kitchen, and it's just been challenging to stay active being as heavy as I am. So it's hard. My ankles being sprained has kind of set me back a bit, but I just need to push forward, and it's hard. I had somebody request that I do a channel or a video line or whatever of being obese and active. And the concept was interesting. They wanted to follow me by trying to be active and being obese. And I'm like, oh gosh, that's so embarrassing because you guys, like, it's not like I'm like this amazing, like, fit girl hiking with my extremely active and fit husband, you know? Like, it's funny, like, not to say it lightly, but I have this, like, handsome, strong, fit husband, and then here's his obese wife, and I'm like, like trying to do all of these active things, and it's really, really hard. But every time we've accomplished something, I like, pat myself on the back, like, good job, you did it. But it is really, really hard. And so when someone mentioned, like, I want to see, like, because she's also struggling with weight, and she's like, I think it'd be really great for other people to see that it is a struggle, but we're still out there trying to do it. So if that's something that interests you, let me know. I have to be honest, it'll be really hard for me to let you guys see my full body in action, but if that's something that interests you, that you think will help you, let me know, and I will visit the idea more. But I am still very self-conscious about my body image. 340 pounds is a lot, and trying to stay active with all of that weight is really hurtful on my joints and ligaments, so that's why I keep spraining my ankles. We have a camping trip coming in 2 weeks that I'm really hoping that my ankles are healed enough so that I can actually, you know, set up camp, cook for my kids, play in the water, you know, like all that fun stuff. We also have 3 more camping trips planned this summer, dozens of hiking adventures and biking and all sorts of stuff because my family's active. So, I mean, there's a lot coming. So if that interests you, I guess I can start making videos, but it'll be hard for me. Anyway, I'm not going to do it unless you guys tell me to, and then I will. Anyway, this has been a long video. Thank you for listening. So I guess in a nutshell, I do have good days and I have bad days, and then some in between. So, I'm grateful that I have some answers. I'm grateful I have a doctor that's been listening to me and taking in effect what's been going on and try to help me through this journey. And I'm very grateful for that. I'm grateful for my physical therapy, and I'm grateful for a very supportive husband. It's very hard on him. I mean, you have to remember, he married me when I was 150 pounds lighter, and we were active and played and had all this fun time. And now there's double of me, and that that's really hard on him too. But he is very supportive and loving, and I'm very grateful for him for that. It's been just as hard as him as it's been on me. And now, with that being said, I'm getting emotional. So I need to keep on this journey of healing my health and my body and my mind. And on that note, have a wonderful day, and I will not wait 6 months for my next video, I promise. So I'll talk to you next time.